Stent's obviously a massive game. How's the group feeling ahead of just the club's second elimination final?
Yeah, they're in a great spot, really up and about at training this week. The mood's been very positive, as you would expect, and they've trained really well too. So we're really looking forward to Sunday, and everyone's ticking over really nicely.
What did it say about the group to go out and perform the way they did last week, considering third place was already sewn up and really in effect?
Yeah, it just shows the mentality we've tried to bring to every game this season, which is we want to give ourselves a chance to win. We're not really focused on the result or where we're playing, who we're playing or what's at stake, and that'll be the same on Sunday. And the group's been fantastic at that because they've consistently shown that they're able to turn up and perform no matter what's on the line. So it's been a really positive trait of ours this year, and I think it's something that we can really use to our benefit in finals as well.
Fiona, she's been brilliant all season, but the 2 goals she scored last week, the touch for the first one and then the finish for the second, she seems to be just getting better and better. Yeah,
she's a fantastic player, has had a really good season back at home here in Adelaide as well, and she's settled and performing really well, and we're really proud of the season that she's had, and hasn't been easy at times for her as well. She's had a couple of injury setbacks as she's gone along, but she's been well supported by our other attacking players, and we feel like we're a really dangerous side, obviously with her in the team, but also with the other pieces we can put around her, and we have multiple avenues to goal, which gives us a lot of confidence.
How far do you think this group can go?
I think they can go all the way, to be honest. So most coaches will say we're just looking at this game this weekend because it's going to be a tough challenge, but we feel like we're as good a chance as anyone in the top 6 to progress super far in this final series, and that all starts with the game against Western on the weekend.
It's almost a cliche in any competition with finals where you talk about peaking at the right time, but when you look at someone like Izzy that's come back into the side, your captain, and just had to settle for a spot on the bench since she's come back, what does that say about the depth you've got and sort of the way you've sort of peaked into this finals campaign?
Yeah, I've been talking about the depth all year, and I think it's there, and I think that's our hidden secret and our real strength. We've got players that struggle to make the matchday squad who could be starting for us as well because their form is that good, and they've been training that well. And Izzy fits into that boat as well. But I think it also says a lot about her as a leader too, that she is happy to come back after such a long layoff and play a role for us. And so we have faith in anyone that we select and put into the team, and we know that the players coming off the bench as well can have a big impact for us too. And so she's been fantastic for us, and I'm glad that she's been able to get back and play some games for us this year as well.
How's Zoe Tolland after copying not one but 2 injuries last week?
Yeah, I mean, she's fairly level-headed, Zoe, and doesn't get too high or too low. She'd be disappointed, of course, and she is. But she's been out at training this week and been around the group, and she just wants what's best for us. And whilst it is disappointing for her to miss out, I think it's important that we acknowledge just how good a season she's had, a real breakout season. And, she's been fantastic for us this year, and just a bit of extra motivation for us to see if we can get the win for her on the weekend.
Lucia as well, I think she's one that when she came, obviously you look at her resume and it's quite good, but you never know how players are going to adjust. She's really seems to have grown as the season's gone.
Well, we try and select players on character first, and when I spoke to Lucia, in the off-season when we were thinking about making a move for her, that's what sort of jumped out in our conversations. And to be honest, whatever you see in terms of contribution on the field, she's probably given us double that off the field with her experience, her leadership, and just the way that she goes about her football. She's someone that just genuinely loves to play and plays with a lot of joy, a fantastic person, and I'm not surprised that she's had a really good year, and I think she can be another one of those weapons I talked about in this final series for us.
I think the record for a crowd for an A-League women's game here is just over 5,000. Hopefully we can break that this weekend. What does it mean to host a game like this?
Yeah, well, we've been around for 17 seasons and this is only our second final, right? So the fact that we're able to put ourselves in a situation where we can play at home is fantastic, and That's the hope. I hope a lot of people turn out and support us because it's a fantastic venue to play at, and when it's full and noisy, we really feel that out on the pitch. So I'd encourage anyone that's thinking about coming out on Sunday to buy a ticket, come out and support these players because, they're worth watching and they'll put on a fantastic performance, I'm sure.
How incredible has this season been for you? Obviously last year was your first year as a full-time coach, and to finish bottom must have been a little bit worrying for you and for the group. How incredible has it been to be able to turn that around in the span of 12 months?
Yeah, I think a lot of credit has to go to the staff and the players because, as I've pointed out before, like a lot of those people were here last year as well. So it just goes to show that in a high-performance sporting context, sometimes it just comes down to some fine margins, and you just got to get a couple of things right and things can really click. And a lot of credit has to go to the players because their attitude, their mentality has been absolutely outstanding right from day one in pre-season. They've maintained that level and that consistency right the way throughout. And they've given themselves a great opportunity to really springboard into this final series and have a crack at going as far as we possibly can. So I think it speaks volumes of the type of characters that we have in our group, and I'm super proud of everyone, the staff and the players, and what they've been able to achieve so far.
Stats, word on Sarah Morgan, who's this week's been named a contender for the PFA Player of the Month in Australia. Scored an amazing goal a couple of weeks ago. She's kind of gone about her job quietly this year, but she's been a consistent performer. Just a word on Sarah and how proud that you are of the season that she's had. Yeah,
I'm super proud for Sarah. She's another one that's really been able to settle herself here in Adelaide, especially off-field too this season, and you can see in her performances on the field that she's really benefiting from that. And she's a vital player in our team and someone who just goes about her business without too much fuss and really connects a lot of our play for us. So she works super hard, and I feel like she's found a home here in Adelaide, and I'm just glad that she's been able to perform at a level that we've known for a while that she can hit.
Just lastly, we've spoken about the team and the players. Let's talk about you for a second. Biggest game in your coaching career on Sunday, and how are you feeling personally? You're excited, nervous, anxious? How are you feeling?
No, I'm super excited. I can't wait for Sunday to get here, actually. So I don't tend to get too nervous. I'm a pretty level-headed sort of guy. And I'm really looking forward for our players to give them the opportunity to just showcase what they can do, in this final series. So super excited and really, really looking forward to a big crowd coming out and supporting us. And I'm sure the players will be able to step up and perform because the way they've trained this week has been amazing, and confidence levels are high, belief is high, and we're going to throw everything at this game we possibly can.